What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. Back at you with another one. So, today I gotta talk about these Milwaukee Bucks. And so they didn't fire their coach, right? Which I'm assuming that it was internal issues as to why they fired them, because they are the number 2 team in the East right now. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't know. Then they went and they hired Doc Rivers, and I don't know why teams be treating Doc like he like that over the hump coach. Like, the team right here, we get Doc and they just gon'. Historically, that has not been the case. I mean, he did win his championship with Boston, but that had a lot to do with them having Ray, Paul, KG, Rondo being like a wild card that they didn't even know was gonna be that, right? Like, he was like the big 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really supposed to be a big 3, but Rondo kind of made it a big 4. You know what I mean? Unexpectedly. And then the Clippers team, they didn't get past the second round, I think, something like that. Like, they let the Warriors pass them before they got to where they could get. The Warriors was behind them, and the Warriors just shot on past them. You know what I'm saying? And then the Clippers didn't work out. That didn't go. You know what I'm saying? That didn't work out well. So I don't know. I don't. We'll see how that works out. You know what I'm saying? So I just haven't been in love with the moves that the Bucks been making. Like, I haven't been in love with it. Like, I wasn't in love with the Dame trade just because I like Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school. I'm a fan of, like, when you get your core, roll with your core and find pieces around that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like it was more pecking order. They had Drew a little too high in the pecking order, where he was like the 2A, 2B, where they need more scoring. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they kind of built like old school. Like, they built like a 90s team, kind of like when you got like your 2 guys and everybody else just like role players and play off them 2 guys, right? No. Y'all, they need more guys. They needed more guys who can just go get a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like, they needed some, like, Bones Highland type, some, Quickly. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just go in there, get a bucket. That's it. That's my job. I get buckets. Like Powell from the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Like, a dude who just get buckets. Like, I just get buckets. That's what I do. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they needed that. Not, you know what I'm saying? And I also feel that they don't use Brook Lopez correctly. Right? Like, he is like, he's a legit 7-footer. Like, he's a center, right? Like, he's a legit 7-footer. And they got him just shooting threes. Just stretch the flow, shoot threes. Like, in the NBA, so it's the thing about Brook Lopez. For the duration of his career, he was a back-to-the-basket player. In the time when there were actually other bigs, he was a big and played like a big. So you want him to shoot threes, and only threes for the most part, in the air with no bigs, for real. No bigs. Why wouldn't you have him posting up? There's, like, I love Jokic and I love Embiid, but part of the reason why they cook is because they're never being guarded by somebody they have to guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, There's never no resistance on the other end. It's just defense is pretty much I take defense off and I play offense. That's it. They're never, unless they matching up against each other, or maybe AD. It's really, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's an advantage. Utilize it. You know what I'm saying? You playing these teams ain't got no, yeah. Play out the post some. I'm not saying that he got to be featured that much, but you got to throw that ball down there 8, 9, 10. You know, so I'm not in love with that either. They don't utilize they resources. So, and just like the Bucks' moves overall has just been very questionable. Like, I mean, the silver lining is Dame because he's still Dame. You know what I'm saying? But even though I personally wasn't in love with the move, but that was still like the silver lining in all of this. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the first sign of something being up to me was when Scott Skiles resigned as the assistant coach to the coach. That was like, especially with that being Dame, old coach, and I felt like they, from what I'm understanding is they had a good relationship. It wasn't like they didn't have no bad blood or nothing like that. So that was like the first like made you just say, You know what I'm saying? So yeah, these moves have just been, I don't know, they just been questionable. Like, you fire your coach, right? Then your coach go to a team that's in your way, which is the Sixers, right? That ain't good. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything y'all doing is actually making y'all, it's like, even if it's making y'all better, it's making y'all competition better. You know what I'm saying? Because who is the best person to coach against a team is the old coach, right? He know everybody flaws, weaknesses, how you play, your tendencies. He know all of that. He know, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, some players it don't matter. Like Giannis, it don't really matter. But the role players, he know they little, you know what I'm saying? Little stuff can matter if you know how to scheme for it. You know what I'm saying? So your coach that you want to chip with go to the Sixers. The Sixers out here balling, right? You trade Jrue Holiday. He ended up at? In Boston, in the same role y'all should have put him in. It wasn't a problem with him. It was the problem in the pecking order that he was in on the team. Not that he like the third, fourth-ish. I don't even know what number he is in the pecking order of scoring. It don't even matter how much he scored for real. He just do what Jrue Holiday do. You know what I'm saying? He like odd jobs. Oh, I get that rebound. Oh, I tip that ball back out so somebody else can get it. Oh, I take that charge. Oh, I do that. You know what I'm saying? He do all the odd jobs on the court. You know what I'm saying? He do all of that. You know what I'm saying? So then you make Boston better. So it's like you get the coach that your competition fired. Then you give one of your best players to the other team that's most likely to be in your way to get to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like counterproductive. It's all counterproductive. Like I said, the only silver lining is Dame. But other than that, everything else has been counterproductive. So yeah, I don't know what these Bucks is doing. I feel like some of this stuff is not going to, because when you a talented team, you can hide a lot of deficiencies and issues in the season. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of teams you gonna beat just because you're more talented than them. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when the playoffs come, that's when we gonna really see like what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's when if all these moves have been beneficial or will they come back to bite them in the ass. That's when we gonna find out, is when these playoffs come. So yeah, I'm not really in love with these moves like that, but we gonna have to wait it out and see what happened. You know what I'm saying? They win a chip, I'm gonna just shut up like, dang, all right, they was right. But if they mess around and lose early like they did last year, Because the thing about the NBA is this, right? Staying the same is getting worse. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what they was doing. But I think their changes weren't the changes that necessarily gonna always make them better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have depth. Like, you gotta have depth. You gotta have more guys that can put the ball in the basket. And like, when you're a good team, you need excellent scouts to find you talent, because you're not gonna be able to trade, and you know what I'm saying, and you're not gonna be able to get free agents like that. You gotta find them gems. Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, like, you gotta, like, if you look at Denver, they got young guys that are contributing now. Like, they lost players, but then their young guys are stepping up and filling those roles. That's what you got to be able to do to stay competitive when you're a good team, because teams start scheming for you. Teams start figuring you out. You know what I'm saying? Look at Golden State. Teams then figured them out. That's why they, you know what I'm saying, them old tricks ain't working no more. Like, y'all got to get some new tricks. Like, you feel me? You gotta switch something up. You gotta throw, you know what I'm saying? You gotta throw a wrench in what they thought they knew. Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta change. Like, so yeah, we gonna see what's going on with this Milwaukee thing. So I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all on the next one. Peace. But